Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just hit the link in the show description to support now.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Welcome to another edition of the TSS podcast, brought to you in association with Luke 1977 and Bowden and Dolphin, with your hosts Rob Carless from Bob's Books and the legend that is Shaun Teale. He's here, there, and everywhere, and he's Tealey saying something.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Teale Saying Something podcast. I always start off with the abbreviation, but today I've gone right in for the proper name of it. We all know it's a TSS podcast. About 3 or 4 years ago now, myself and Shaun Teale got together and we decided that we'd write a book about him and his career, and he went so well. We've gone straight into podcast world, and of course we do it with our best mate, our best Birmingham City mate, Chris Brown as well. But before we get into that, Happy New Year, Shaun Teale.
Yeah, Happy New Year to yourself, Rob and Chris, and everybody who's tuning in.
Exactly, and Happy New Year to you as well, Brownie.
Thank you very much.
I hope you all had a great Christmas. And
it seems so long ago now.
Good for everyone.
Right, I know we've had a bit of a laugh and joke there about it being a Happy New Year, and we're doing it on the 16th of the month. But what, in your eyes, guys, what is your cut-off period where you will say Happy New Year to people and then you don't do it? For me,
New Year's morning.
For me, it's about the 5th of the month. So we normally go back into the office about the 5th. And by midday, if anybody says Happy New Year, Rob, I'm just blanking them. There's got to be a time period. But you know what? Some people still will do it in January, at all parts of January. I swear it's mad, isn't it? We've got to thank, obviously, our sponsors, Bowden and Dolphin Signs, and also Luke 77. I bought some of Luke's stuff, Teale, over the Christmas period.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I bought some of Luke's stuff. Wow. Okay.
Well, that makes a change because they're normally freebies you get for them.
Yeah, exactly. And I also get them for you as well, Teale. So we come as a pair, as you know.
Funny enough, I was down in Birmingham last week. Week before, I was at a funeral, and I went into the Villa shop in the Bullring, and I bought myself a nice big coat in there, half price. Should have been 120 quid, 60 quid.
Stop. Shaun Teale has just said 2 words together. I bought. He's never said.
And then I went in.
What are we going to do?
And then I went in 2 nights later and bought another load of stuff.
Oh, honestly, I need to lie down.
Anything for a bargain. It was all half price.
Do you know what? I don't know what it's like at the Blues as well, but obviously comes, August, September, October, you're paying top dollar for your tops, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then come Christmas, if you can wait that bit longer. I know some people that do not buy new tops until
that's right.
Until the end of the season or at the Christmas period.
Yeah.
But then, what did you buy then? Tell us what you bought.
Like I said, I bought a coat. I bought a couple of pairs of shorts, swimming shorts. I never buy anything with Aston Villa on it. Funny enough, I don't. It's just me. I'm not. If someone said to me, "I'll put this Villa shirt on," I wouldn't put it on. And it's just, I think at 62, you shouldn't be wearing football tops, really. I hate going over to Spain or somewhere like that, and there's old fellas walking around with different tops on it.
That's a really good point. So can you wear polo shirts with so you're all right with that, but you can't wear the kit?
No.
Okay, right. Okay.
No.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
Because obviously, next thing, you see some of them, they've got shorts and socks on as well, and
the full kit.
The proper kit wankers.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't going to say that.
I was going to say tanker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say the master betas of this world. But no, I do agree. There has to be a cut-off point. And now I collect the retro tops. I've got about 15 of them. Will I wear them? Occasionally I do. Right. You know that top that we played, oh God, that white top in 94 in Europe?
Yeah.
I wore that once on holiday. But generally, no, I will not wear the kits. But I will collect them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got several. Pre-worn match shirts from different people and different from Villa, but I never wear them. They're literally folded up and in a drawer upstairs. You never come out the drawer.
Have you still got any of your old tops when you played?
Yeah. I've got the two when we played at Wembley in '94. I've got you get two shirts. You know what Jim Paul was like? He wouldn't give you anything for nothing.
Yeah.
So you were given two tops, the one you played in and a spare top. So I've got those two. They're both framed front and back. I've got the green and black striped top.
Always reminds me of you, that does. Always.
My own one of that. So the number 4, that's in a frame. And I've got, and the other thing I've got that is quite rare because there was only, I think, 16 of them ever made, was the training tops that we walked out with at Wembley.
Okay.
So I've still got and it's like pristine. It was only worn it was only worn to walk out.
So effectively, they made 16, which would have been the 11 plus the subs. Is that what it was? Yeah,
basically, yeah.
Oh wow!
So, and I've still got that, and that's that I've never had on body since walking out at Wembley. It is what it is,
Oh, that would be a nice one. So, Brownie, you know why you wore the number 4? Because we always used to say, "What did we sign him for?"
Good one.
Do you like that one? I've been practicing that since Christmas.
It's like my new shirt, by the way.
That's almost as bad as Brownie's jokes on the WhatsApp group.
Oh, did you like my curry ones earlier on this week?
Yeah.
We'll skip over that. We've got he's done the studio up, Shaun. It's looking rather nice.
Has he?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I can see it behind. I can see it behind you. He's got that look-alike wallpaper that looks like them boards, doesn't it?
Spot on, yeah, it's wallpaper.
Oh, is it wallpaper? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in YouTube.
See, I thought it was proper wood when I came in.
It's muck, yeah. I can't afford it.
To be fair, it's actually really good. It looks really good.
It does.
And to be fair, where you're sat now, it looks far more professional with that behind you than them.
It does, and of course,
squares.
With my good looks as well, it just enhances it, doesn't it?
It brings out your eyes, doesn't it? So,
and the rest of us. And the rest of us. Right, okay then. Right, so let's talk a little bit about the football then. So, come November, December, the Villa, we were playing all the top teams. People were saying this would be when the bubble burst and all that kind of stuff. It never happened, Teale. Tell us why.
No, I mean, I just think, to be fair, I think when you're on such a good run as we were, obviously, by the time we hit the start of December, I think we were maybe 9 games unbeaten or 9 wins on the bounce, maybe 8. And then obviously we had some tough games. We had United at home, beat them. Chelsea away, great result, beat them. Who else did we play? I can't think now. My brain's gone dead.
We played Arsenal twice, Chelsea, Man United.
Yeah.
We beat Brighton as well, which was a really good result. Considering we were 2 down.
Listen, to go 11 games or 11 wins on the bounce in the Premier League is some statistic, really. There's not many clubs this season will match that. Arsenal maybe 1. But to be honest, City might get there in the end. But City are drawing games left, right and centre, so they're miles off that yet. So it's not an easy thing to do. And the funny thing about some of them games is we actually didn't play that well. we played in patches of the games. So we like the Brighton game, we go 2 down and you think, oh dear me, what's going on here? All of a sudden, get to half time, we're 2-2, control the game second half. Chelsea, very similar. Quite poor in the first half, went 1 down, come out second half, control the game, win 2-1. And you think, he knows what he's doing, and it's as though, and I've heard people say it's as though we set our stall out first half, we try and nullify their threat, we let them do all the work, and we just shut up shop. And then we come out second half when they've lost their momentum, they've got a bit tired because they put so much into trying to get ahead of us, and then we just seem to fire. Some of the goals we've scored have been unbelievable. From Ollie's strike in the last home game to Morgan Rogers' strikes this season. I think we're leading on goals from outside the box by quite a way. And it all looks good going forward. I suppose now is a really important time because it's the transfer window, and we'll have to see what comes out of all that now.
Okay, so as it stands, what's the date today? The 16th, is it? Something
15th.
like that. 15th of the month, halfway through the month already. Right, so Malin has gone to Roma.
Yeah, very strange one, that, don't you think?
Very strange. The word I'm looking for, that I've obviously been speaking to Villa fans about it, is disappointed. I'm very disappointed that he's gone, because he was making, inroads and making impacts at the time when we needed it.
Yeah, I mean, every time I watched him when he started, he seemed to struggle a little bit. He couldn't really get himself in the game because physically he's not the biggest in the world. You know what I mean? But then we'd bring him on as a sub, and he changed things for us almost immediately. Having said that, he made a big impact in the FA Cup last weekend at Tottenham.
He really did, for both of the goals.
Yeah, and he played very well. And I can only surmise that maybe he wanted to go. Maybe going to Roma gives him first choice, first team football for the rest of the season, and that's what he was after. And he was never going to get that at Villa because of Ollie, and Ollie's hit that little vein of form again. So, and I think, and I've read a load about it today, Unai Emery really wants Tammy Abraham back at the club.
Okay, so we'll come on to Tammy again in a minute,
and I think that might have a bearing in it.
Yeah. So on Malin then, right? Do you think he's been disappointed with his Villa career? I mean, this time last year, we were just about to qualify for the knockout rounds and finishing in the top 8 of the Champions League. And he's not in the 25 or how many players that we've got, right? And he's a player that we've bought, and he's bought in loan players, and those loan players have gone in first.
Yeah.
Do you think that's always gone against him? And I like the way he's played. I like the way he's played for us. But do you think that put him on the back foot from the start?
I mean, listen, as an ex-professional, the one thing you certainly don't want is to be left out of a squad like that. That must have hurt at the time.
Yeah.
And to be fair to him, he never whinged, he never moaned. He just got on with it.
He did.
And his time last season was very limited on the pitch. And I just get this feeling with Unai Emery, it's this, you've got to prove to Unai that he can trust you. And he can trust you to do what he wants you to do. And I think, that's why Sancho probably hasn't got as much game time as he probably thought he would get coming to Villa. Because I'm not so sure that he's convinced Unai Emery what he gives us. Don't get me wrong, in certain games, he came on against Chelsea and was brilliant. He just took the biscuit out of Chelsea when he came on. But then you see him in other games and he loses the ball, doesn't chase back, and you think, I can't see that going down well with the manager, because he likes hard workers. He likes people to chase back. He likes people to try and get the ball back. And if you're not doing it, I can really see you struggling to be in that team.
Right. So I mean, I've got to agree with you on Malin on those points there. Tammy Abraham for me, right? So great in 2019/20. Loved him. I thought he was a player that you needed to put your arm around. He'd had a few issues. He comes to us. It worked so well with Dino. I loved him. He scored goal after goal after goal, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure about Tammy Abraham 2026 as opposed to, can he deliver? We are a completely different Aston Villa team to what we were in those days. I really like him, and he goes down as somebody that will always get clapped at Villa Park, and I hope it proves me wrong. But I don't think he's pulled up any trees at the clubs he's been to.
No, but his stats are pretty good. Appearances
In what
again,
way?
goals per appearance are pretty good. They're very steady. I mean, the one thing that would worry me is he had a real bad injury, didn't he? Knee injury.
Yeah.
And I think that is always an issue. But he's obviously been watched for weeks and weeks and weeks now. We're not the type of club to jump in for no reason. They'll have done their homework on him, and he's obviously playing well enough at the moment, and he looks fit enough, and he must tick most of the boxes that Unai wants. So but the thing is, now we're in a position now anyway where with Daniel Malen gone, there's a hole to fill, because apart from Ollie now, we haven't got a centre forward.
Is Tammy a replacement for him? Because I see him as different players.
I don't know.
Whereas Malin would run the channels a little bit. I'm not sure whether Tammy Abraham is that player.
No, I think Tammy's more into feet, lay it off, get in the box type of player. And I think that's where when he was last with us, that's where he scored most of his goals. From his movement's always been really good. And he's a big, strapping, physical lad. The other thing, of course, is, and we've not even gone down this road yet, we signed a Brazilian.
Yes,
now,
Alisson.
There was a lot of talk about him being in the squad before the Tottenham game, which means obviously he's turned up, he's fit and ready to go. And, if Unai Emery was talking about maybe putting him in the squad, he must trust him. So, but again, we know more or less nothing about him, do we? Because has anybody seen him playing in a full 90-minute game? No. So we don't know. And the other flip on that is we've signed the biggest 16-year-old in the world.
Absolutely.
And he's 6'4", built like a barn door.
And you know what? He's actually played for the Swiss, the Switzerland national team, the full national team as well. He's 16.
I was going to say that nearly rolled off your tongue. Swiss roll.
Do you know what? It rolled off my tongue like the way that you went, I bought something earlier. And I tell you now, right, Brownie's just got off the floor. He's been on the floor for the last 20 minutes in shock by that news. But you know what?
Yeah, so I mean, granted, he's only 16. He's still, in experience terms, he's a baby. But if he's big enough, strong enough, powerful enough, and good enough to be integrated into the first team squad, then so be it. And I'm all for it. Me, if the other thing I keep reading is Gesson. Is Gesson going to get forced out of the club into a loan move to somewhere because for him it's not working at the moment.
Why isn't it working? I mean, we've mentioned this guy, all during the season so far. Why isn't it working for him? Well, he's putting a shift in, but what is it?
Well, when it came up, we were about to buy him. All these videos came up, and in every video, he wasn't playing as a wide man. He was playing as an out-and-out striker.
Yeah.
So he was getting ball into feet, little dummy one way, spinning the other way, and powering away from people. He's not played up front for us once. All he's done is play wide right or wide right most of the time, but wide right, wide left. And it's not. It just doesn't look like that's his game. It doesn't suit him. I mean, I noticed he scored a couple of goals while he was away at AFCON, but he was playing a centre forward.
Oh, is that? I haven't really watched the games, in fairness.
Well, I haven't, to be fair, because it's a very little interest to me. But so I don't know. Maybe because there's that opening now, maybe he now gets the chance to be moved into the middle where people feel that's his best position. Again, if you knew what Unai Emery was thinking, you'd be on Mastermind every week.
So here's another one then. And we're talking about Emery there, right? And his tactics, right?
Yeah.
Tammy, I've heard he's playing for Besiktas tonight.
Right.
So, which concerns me a little bit as to why, if we are buying him, why he's playing for his club tonight. That's the first thing. But are we looking to be more flexible when we attack? Because as you said, we score a lot of goals outside the box, and it's great to see. We've scored some worldies this season. If we do get Abraham, does that give us flexibility to use our wingers a little bit more, where they won't become inverted, for want of a better word, and Tammy will be that type of player that can get on the end of a ball that's put in from either the left or right.
Yeah, I don't think you're far off with that. I think the other thing as well is, and he's done it quite a lot this season, he never did it at all last season, he's played two up top. So he's brought Ollie on and left Marlon on, or vice versa.
Yeah.
He's brought Marlon. So he's gone to two up top. When we've needed to push the game and have people further forward, he's played them two up top and he's played Rodgers in behind. Is he thinking, Tammy won't play every game or Ollie won't play every game. They'll share it like him and Daniel Marlon have, but I've got the option to play them both up front at the same time.
Yeah.
In which case you've got Ollie running channels, which he does for fun anyway. But you've always got a finisher in the box. So it's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting over the next few weeks to see if we do sign him. Now you've mentioned it, he's playing for Besiktas tonight. I might try and watch that and see how he does.
Yeah, I just find it a little bit strange that if it's as close as what we're expecting, and I'm hearing £50 million. I'm hearing £50 million.
No.
Right, okay, that's interesting. What have
not
you
a cat and L's, not a cat and L's chance of us paying 50 million for anybody.
Yeah.
I think Besiktas buyout clause, if they took the option, was something like 11 million.
Right. Okay.
So you're probably looking, if we hijack the Besiktas deal, and I think that's the only thing that's holding it up at the moment. I think Roma have agreed. I think it's all agreed with Roma, but we're probably going to have to pay Besiktas something to get him out because he's on loan to the end of the season with a buyout clause.
Yeah.
So they're going to want something out of it. They're not going to let us walk away and just pinch him, I don't think. Granted, I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works because it's quite complicated. So I keep reading again. But I would think you're looking at 15 tops, 15 mil.
What age is he?
He's about 26,
27, 28.
He's in what they call the prime. Is that right, Teale?
Yeah.
The prime years.
Yeah. So at 15 million, I just think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Maybe I misheard.
Wages supposedly
50
are
million
around,
sounds like 15 million. When you're
old.
my age as well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wages, I believe, are somewhere around 110, 115 a week.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, well, it's one of the paupers then.
Yeah, because we
part-time bar jobs, weren't they?
With all these new contracts that are flowing about, we've got quite a glut of players all on about the same money, 150k a week, I think.
What do we need to take us forward now, Shaun? We're halfway through the transfer window. More players have gone in than out, but in Unai we trust because he's world class. So there's still plenty of time to get things done. Right, third in the league, third in the Europa League.
Yeah.
And we're looking a good third in the Premier League as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And also in the fourth round of the FA Cup. I thought we'd go out to Tottenham. When I saw that draw, I thought, oh, this would be the game. This would be the game where... But he went big. He played some great players, and we deserved to win that game. So I can see a run coming up in the FA Cup again. For some unknown reason. I think we'll beat Newcastle. Or
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What do we need now?
What do we need?
Sean?
Well, I mean, doing it quickly. So you look at the squad. So 2 keepers. We've got 2 decent keepers. They're both,
very much so.
A decent keeper. We've got 2 right backs. So Andreas Garcia, only just back from injury, but I like him. I think going forward, he's exciting.
Him. Yeah,
he likes to get at the opposite fullback. Central defenders, we've got a glut of them now, and they're all decent. So,
correct.
You've got Conte, you've got Lindelof has been absolutely a star. He's been unbelievably good.
He really has.
For a while he's been into. Pau Torres is fit, Tyrone's fit. So we've got 4 strong centre backs. We've got 2 great left backs in Luka Dean and Maatsen.
And they work so well, don't they? One comes off, the other one comes on. It's effective, vice versa.
Yeah. Go into midfield. You've got Kamara, Onana, Tielemans, McGinn, Lamar Bogard, who I think's been brilliant.
Like him.
Brilliant. Such a calm, for a young lad, he's so calm in and around the ball and in and around the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Then you've got your wider mate, you've got your Rodgers, you've got who else we got? And then forward line is probably our weakest position at the moment because we've only actually got Ollie now.
Right. Yeah. So if we get Abraham, that does have that one. But here's one for you. Well, when you put it like that, it sounds like we've got a decent squad to, take the 3 competitions we're in. But why haven't we got rid of Harvey Elliott yet? It's now mid-January. Why is he still there? I like the kid, and I feel sorry for the way we all know it's probably a Monchi thing. You and I have said this already.
Yeah.
Are we keeping him?
Well, I think what Villa have tried to do is they've tried to renegotiate the loan and take the 35 million clause out of it. And I think if that was took out, I think he'd be playing.
I do as well. Liverpool, or at least be in the 18.
Yeah, but Liverpool won't remove it. So I guess Unai's saying, well, I didn't want him. I didn't pick him to come here. It was a last-minute deal because we were short on numbers. But I don't want to pay 35 million for him because I don't see him fitting into the setup like other players have. And I think that's possibly the issue. Now, the problem being is that he's on loan for the season with a view to buy, or with a clause to buy.
Yeah.
So in theory, Liverpool don't have to take him back.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he's still their player. So you'd think they'd want what would be best for him. However, he can't go on loan anywhere because he can't because his loans are done. The only place he can go, he'd have to move either out. I think it's out the EU. He can't go on loan within the EU. So
there's talk of Charlotte, isn't there?
Yeah, but he's turned it down. He's turned it down by all accounts, hasn't he?
Right. Okay.
Now, again, is that a good move? Turning it down. What are you going to do? Fester at Villa and not play? Go back to Liverpool, fester and not play, or go to Charlotte and play every game.
Yeah,
and get some game time. Different lifestyle over in the States. What could be better? Sometimes I think players expect more than they're going to get, and I think, don't get me wrong, Harvey Elliott might go back to Liverpool and get in the team, but as it happens now, they seem to have tidied the team up and got players playing. So I think now he wouldn't. I think if he'd have gone back 10 weeks ago, he might have got in that team because they were struggling.
But they seem to have come out of it a little bit more now.
Yeah. Wirtz is starting to hit form. Ekitike is on fire. Salah's due back after this weekend, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, he is.
You know, even Canate seems to have found his form again. So, you know, they're looking stronger and stronger, which means if Harvey Elliott goes back, what's he going to do? He's not going to get a game there either. So I feel sorry for him because he's catch-22 and he really is stuck in the mire with nowhere to go at the moment. But he has got somewhere to go. He could have gone with Dino over to Charlotte.
Yeah, exactly.
And he'd have been treated like a king over there because he's a Premier League player playing in the MLS, and there's not that many at that age and that good. Also an England international, so he'd have been treated like a king over there. And I just think maybe it's short-sightedness on his part or his advisor's part for him not to go.
So a little bit more terrace talk then before we move on to other subjects. And this brings it round a little bit from a player that doesn't look like he may come in. I'm hearing through the grapevine that we're interested in taking Dougie back, right? But we can't, can we? Because it's the same thing. Juventus, Nottingham Forest. He can't come to us now, can he?
I don't know because I'm not 100% sure how it works.
But surely, as you've said there, if Elliott,
is he on a season-long loan for one? Is there a figure to buy him at the end of it? A guaranteed purchase if he plays so many games or whatever. I don't know. And my last question will be: why would we want Dougie back?
Yeah,
because I've watched him playing some of the games. I watched him playing the cup tie at Wrexham last week, and granted, it's not all down to one player, but he doesn't look like the player he was when he left us.
Yeah,
you know, and who's he going to get in front of? He's not going to get in the team in front of Anana, Kamara, Tielemans, Morgan Rogers, John McGinn. He's not going to get in the team in front of them because they're Unai's soldiers. They're the ones he trusts with everything. So, you know, would there be any point in coming to us? No, probably not.
Yeah, fair point. And I like the way you've gone through the team there, mate. It sounds better when you go through. We've got two for each position. We have coming up.
We have. I mean, you could argue. Like I said, right back, Cashy's had a great season, been brilliant, been absolutely brilliant for us. But we don't know 100% about Garcia because we've not seen enough of him. Because obviously we saw him a little bit when he came and he did okay. But then he got injured and he had, quite a long-term injury. And now he's back. We've seen him a couple of times in a couple of games and he's done okay. He's not lit the fuse paper yet, but he's young, and if you've been out for so long, it takes a while to get back in the swing of it. I think one that we could possibly move along now is Ross Barkley, because Ross seems to have hit that stage in his career where he's picking up injuries left, right, and centre. Now I know he was out for a long time, and it wasn't an injury; it was a personal issue. We all know about that now. So,
yeah.
But for what we pay for him, £5 million, we'd get that back and a bit more, I think.
Probably.
All day long.
I agree. I mean,
all day long.
Signing. He's been effective in that one. Right. So we've mentioned the FA Cup. Good win for your lot against Cambridge. Who you got in the fourth round?
Mighty Cambridge.
Yeah. Who you got in the fourth round?
We've got
Leeds.
Leeds, of course, yeah. Yeah, Leeds at home. Same day as you. Well, it was.
Well, ours has been moved now. We're on a Tuesday now.
There's no chance of having Leeds, Birmingham and Villa in the city in one day.
No.
It'll be bad enough having Leeds and Birmingham in the city on one day.
Yeah. Ours has been moved to, I think, the 14th.
All right, okay.
Is that Sunday?
I don't think it is because it's if it is, I think that the timing is around 7 o'clock at night.
I thought it was.
That's disgraceful. But
I thought they were all supposed to be played on I thought they were all supposed to be played on the weekend of.
If I recall, the fourth round is played midweek.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Right. Okay.
I could be wrong on that.
Not according to when the draw was done, Rob.
Oh, yeah, but that's not. So at the moment, it's showing FA Cup 14th of Feb at 5 o'clock. But I saw something a couple of days earlier on today to say it was a midweek game. So whether that, but I'm pretty sure that one of the rounds is a midweek fixture. Could be wrong.
Well, what day is the 14th of Sunday?
I think it is a Sunday.
Tell Chris to look at his calendar, for God's sake.
Is that so? That's St. Valentine's.
That's the day when you send me and Teale flowers,
the massacre, isn't it?
carrots and blue flowers.
So the 14th is, in fact, Saturday.
Oh, right. I thought it was.
So it's the week. Okay. It's the weekend of the 14th, 15th. So the Birmingham Leeds game will be on the 14th of Saturday, and the Villa game will be on the 15th.
I can see Blues winning that.
No.
You
No.
You don't?
Yeah.
No.
It's a funny.
No.
It's going to be some atmosphere.
Oh, that will. That really will be.
One of those ends of that.
And I only say no because I think Leeds have just found their legs in the Premier League a bit, and I think.
Well, also they've got that gap, haven't they? You know, if you looked at that, the three that are in there now, they look cemented, don't they? To that 7-point gap between West Ham and Forest.
And again, when you've got somebody of Calvert-Lewin's stature and he's hit such a streak at the moment, it's unreal. He's never done that in his career. Well, one season he did it and it got him in the England team, and now all of a sudden he's got himself fit and he's stayed fit, which is good for him because he's had a bad time of injury, but he can't stop scoring.
No, he can't.
But
and it's all sorts of goals.
It's the old cliche, isn't it? It's the FA Cup.
Okay,
look at Palace.
Before we move on to the League Cup, right? Is that the greatest upset ever in the FA Cup, in the history of the FA Cup?
I don't think so. I mean, statistically, it's got to be, hasn't it?
7 leagues below.
Yeah, got to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, they're not pulling up any trees in that league as well.
No.
I don't think.
No.
Crystal Palace are holders of it.
Mm.
Is it? I don't know. You know, there's loads of them. Everybody will cite the Hereford
game.
I
think with the Hereford game, it was one of those.
Sutton versus
never
Coventry.
happened, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's that sort of game, wasn't it?
I mean, everybody talks about Sutton and Coventry.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think the fact that Palace were holders, and you know, I think it's something like some stupid like 170 something places between Palace and Mac. I think it's got to go down as the biggest upset.
I think it is. Do Macclesfield play in the same league as your old boys, Southport? Northern Leagues North. Sorry, Northern League North.
yes. Yeah.
No, don't they?
I mean, I suppose there'll be a certain part of an argument that could go on that, but hang on a minute, Macclesfield have a 4G pitch. There was no 4G pitches when some of the other big upsets were going on. You know,
correct.
So, you know, and that
said that. Don't all these clubs? Sorry, mate, go on.
That does have a massive bearing on it. And I know what you're going to say. Don't all these clubs have these facilities at the training grounds to train on? Yes, they do, but they don't use them like that.
Yeah.
You know, I watched the game, and the amount of times I saw the ball being rolled, say, from Mark Gahey to Richards, the other centre half.
Yeah.
And you'd think it's a perfectly flat surface. The amount of times the ball bobbled in the pass, and that's because the ball sticks on the ground. and it forces it off the ground. It's weird. If you've never played on one, it's weird. Your passes have got to be pinpoint. If it's a yard in front or a yard behind, the player you're passing it to is not going to get there because the ball just skips off the surface.
Did you ever play at Luton and QPR's, Craig? Because that, if I recall, both of them had plastic pitches,
one of
didn't
the
they?
first, weren't they?
Yeah.
Luton, yeah.
No, I'll tell you where I played, Preston.
Preston had it.
Preston had it, and it was like playing on concrete. It was awful. Horrendous.
Wow.
Absolutely horrendous. Obviously, I still play charity games now, and 9 times out of 10, that's what we play on. And they're tough on the old joints, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine.
At your age, yeah.
So let's
Sorry.
Don't. He's been buying stuff.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay, just remember that. He's bought 2 things this year. I bet you by the end of this year, it'll still be just those 2 things.
They'll be on.
And we haven't even mentioned his holidays just yet. So we'll come on to that as the year progresses.
I'm buying a new house.
I was buying a new house as well. Right. Tell you what, he's got some cash,
Solihull.
Yes, Solihull, yeah. Right, no. So we mentioned there, May 2025, Crystal Palace win their first ever trophy. 7 months later, they've given it up to a team that hasn't been the best one, like Man City were for years and years. 7 leagues down. So to me, that shows that football is not science at all, right? And we love the unpredictability of it. And everybody goes about the magic of the cup. So going on the science thing, this is our next thing that we're going to talk about tonight, right? Why on earth did we have nearly 7 minutes of VAR in the Man City Newcastle game the other day? Now, did you watch it, Shaun?
I did.
Right? I never. I've only seen bits of it. How bad was it? We since we started this podcast, we have constantly gone on about VAR, right? And it seemed to have got to a stage where decisions were being made a little bit quicker than they were to start off with. So it looked like it was going in the right direction. How can you have 6 minutes, right? And what was your view of it, Shaun?
Well, I mean, I watched the game. I saw the replays on the TV. I saw what VAR was looking at on the TV, and how they distinguish that Haaland is offside is farcical, absolutely farcical. And to be honest, it should bring the whole VAR thing into a massive debate. And should we even have it? Because I've listened to a lot of commentators, a lot of pundits over the FA Cup weekend saying, how refreshing is it for the referee to make a decision, whether it be right or be wrong, nobody argue with it and just get on with the game. And then that absolute codswallop comes out the other night. How they can give him offside is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
Well, what part did they deem he was offside? I didn't.
Well, they could only deem he was offside by a toenail.
Oh,
now it was only, what was the game the week before where they were saying, they were trying to explain an offside decision, and they were saying it's if it's within 5 centimetres, he can't be given offside under VAR's regulations. And yet Haaland was never 5 centimetres the other side of, is it Chow or whatever his name is? I just think, I don't know. I mean, in a way, I'm sort of glad that City scored again, because it would have been farcical for them just to have gone away from there with a 1-0 win.
Yeah. And you know, I've been down the Villa with you, right? Since we've done the book, and I've seen how VAR. You know, I don't go anymore, but I've seen how 3 minutes kills, you know, the atmosphere in the ground and all that.
Well, the thing is with VAR now, Rob, is as soon as you score, you don't celebrate now, because you just walk back and you wait to see if it's given or it's not given.
And I think us as fans do that as well.
Or it's a celebration and then a muted celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
And then you go
kind
to,
of got half of,
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
punch the air.
you go to the FA Cup at the weekend, and there was none of that. If you scored, you celebrated it like you used to celebrate it because you knew there was no VAR to overturn anything. So if it wasn't given on the pitch, it wasn't given. End of story. I mean, there's been this debate this week about this thing that Arsene Wenger's trying to get pushed through about daylight. So, there's got to be daylight between the defender and the forward. Well, that's how it used to be back in the day anyway.
I was going to say that to you because, so is that another way of saying you give the advantage to the striker? Is that the what we used to call in old money? That, the benefit of the doubt would be with the striker, yeah?
That's how offside was always viewed.
Yeah.
It was everything was given to the striker. So if you were half your foot length offside, it was never given.
Yeah.
But if your chest was the other side of the defender, it was given.
Did that make you a better central defender because it wasn't, the onus wasn't on you, it was on the attackers. So as somebody who played during those times, did that make you more alert as opposed to what they do now, where you can be a fingernail? There's a fingernail in it. You know what I mean?
I certainly think, as far as playing an offside trap in our day to playing an offside trap now is totally different. We had to make sure we kept our line almost perfect because you wouldn't have been given offside otherwise. Yeah. If the linesman couldn't pick it up at that time, then you got away with it. So, you had to be super confident of playing an offside, of stepping out, as we used to call it. You get the shout from either at Villa, it'd be either me or Paul, or it might even been Stan Stoughton, and you get that shout to step out. You take that step forward knowing that it was going to run offside. And I don't think you can really do that quite as much now. Yes, you can squeeze the game, and a lot of clubs play a high line, but you're not playing an offside. You're just holding a high line, and you're hoping that they run offside and they're caught offside because of VAR. You can get away with it an awful lot now, even if to the naked eye it looks like he's not off, but he might be off by 5 centimeters, as they keep harping on about.
It's really bad, isn't it? Really.
Listen, I'm all for the one thing that should always stay and never be taken away is goal line technology. That's a must. That's a must.
Was that needed effectively the day or the minute after Frank Lampard scored that goal against Germany?
Well,
in South Africa, that was the real time, wasn't it? Because that was so over the line.
Yeah. I mean, that was like 3 foot over the line and spun back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that is definitely needed. But as for the rest, for me, you could scrap it or get rid of it and go back to trust the referee. Yes, he'll make a mistake, but we'll still get mistakes with VAR anyway. So what's the damn difference?
That's what I say. I don't want my football to be an exact science.
No,
I really, really don't. If we had exact sciences, Crystal Palace would have beaten Macclesfield.
We're just what we're doing is we're just diluting the game all the time.
Yeah.
So next thing you won't have referees because it'll be run by AI or something stupid like that. You won't need assistant referees because they'll have something down the line that says it's gone out of play and who it's gone off. And it gets so ridiculous that I think they're trying to change the game. Obviously, they're trying to change the game in a way to make it fairer, but at the same time, it's about money. It's all about money.
Yeah, it is, and AI and football are just not mixing, in my opinion. No. We won't go into the politics of the Maccabi games as we haven't done since that game was on. But when
he's got sacked, hasn't he been sacked?
No, it hasn't happened yet. But when they take
should
the
be.
word of the AI being Maccabi versus West Ham United in a game that never ever took place.
Well, at the end of
You
the
know,
end of the day, if the chief inspector of Birmingham's lied about why it was done, then he shouldn't have a job, as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, I think there's more of an independent thing coming up on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not looking good, and we'll leave that particular part with that one there. Another thing of modern football I don't like, right? Sounds like we're showing our age a little bit here, but I really can't stand that some of these terms. Expected goals, XG,
Yeah,
right?
it's just a load of crap.
Sean, right? You played the game.
Don't hold back, Sean.
Yes, you played the game, right? Would you ever speak? Was there anything that was remotely like calling a game what our expected goals are going to be in this one?
No.
I'll tell you why I bring that up, right? Is that I have a bet every Saturday, right? I have a 5-fold accumulator, and I always have 5 games where I pick 2 teams to score, right?
Right.
Because,
Yeah.
and the reason why I do that is that Brian Clough famously said once, it only takes a second to score a goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
XG, I hate it.
Yeah.
Because again, it's not the exact science. It can take a second to score a goal, right?
Mhm.
What the hell is this about XG? I tune out. I tune out when people start talking about it.
No, I'm with you on that. I mean, they keep harping on about Villa's XG. That our XG is this, it's that, it's the other, and we shouldn't be in the position we're in because our XG is so low or so high or whatever. And I think, listen, at the end of the day, if you score goals, you score goals. It makes no difference what your XG is because it's irrelevant. It's just irrelevant. You can go into any game and they can say, oh yeah, well their XG is, I don't know, 1 point something per game, and then you go and score 5, and that can happen at any.
What I mean?
Yeah.
That can happen at any time in any game.
That's what I mean. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if you ever listen to him on Talk Sport, but I love it when your ex-teammate Dean Saunders talks about it, and he hates all this high press, the press, XG,
low block,
low block. Somebody gets paid for coming out with these words.
You've got a low block and a mid block. What's the bleeding difference?
Absolutely, one's lower than the other. That's all I can say on that matter. Right, the actual games in the League Cup this week. We're coming to the latter stages of the competition. 2 things I want to pick up on. I think this is going to be the last things that we talk about tonight, or one of them. 2 things I want to pick on. Is it time, because of the fact that they are looking to condense games more, is it time to stop making it a 2-legged affair, the semi-final, like they did in the first and second rounds, as they used to, if you remember? And also, who's going to win the competition? Brownie, you start that one off.
Oh, crikey. Okay, so regarding the 2-legged, I'd probably carry on with it, I think.
Right, okay.
I think, yeah. I mean, purely for the sake of, like, if it's a lower team, it's a massive payday, isn't it? If you think about it.
Yeah, I'll take your point.
Yeah,
I'll take your point on that one. Who's going to win it?
Man City.
Yeah. Now, bear in mind, you was the only one to come out with. You remember last year we had Brian Little. We had Brian Little on the show.
Yep.
And Kenny Ibbett.
Yep.
Right, and we all went Liverpool, and you was the only one that went Newcastle.
Yeah.
So you're going Man City this year.
Yeah.
All right then. Teale, what about you? Semi-finals, home and away, and also who's going to win it?
Well, for me, I would stick with home and away semi-finals.
Right.
I think it's a fairer way of doing it because you're not. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get 4 Premier League teams in the semi-finals anyway. And now that they've took the replays out of the FA Cup, you can't keep taking games away because there's less revenue. So they're not going to change it much more now. Because of the FA Cup, there's far less revenue because there's no replays. The next thing they'll do is they'll take extra time out the FA Cup games, and go straight to penalties.
I think they'll do that. Yeah, I've been thinking that for the last couple of seasons on that one. I can say that.
Yeah. And who will win it? I'm going to go with Brownie. I think City will win it.
Yeah, I'm not discounting Chelsea at this moment in time.
I discounted them about 10 weeks ago.
Yeah, I've just got
anything.
this. Yeah, I've just got this feeling.
You don't think
for me, Chelsea are a rudderless ship still at the moment. Even with Liam Rosenior being in there, I still think they're a massive accident waiting to happen. Their ill discipline could cost them an awful lot by the end of the season.
Well, it is one on Chelsea. You're talking about that there. I can imagine Todd Bowley and his crew, people that work under Todd, hearing the news that Javi Alonso has left Real Madrid, thinking, if only we'd have waited a bit longer.
Hey, I wouldn't even go that far. You know what? If he hasn't won 7 out of the next 10 games, I can see that switching anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free premium delivery on any bed with base. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store today.
Do these? I don't get. Sometimes I don't get the types of the Liam Roseniors and the Potter. Right. Sometimes I think stopping at a club and learning your trade before you go into the big stuff, I think is a good thing, and that's why I've liked what Ipswich's manager has done.
Yeah.
No, he stayed there. He could have gone to Man United when Man United were looking for it. Now they're looking like they could come up again this season.
Yeah, definitely.
And then definitely. If he does that again for them, and I'm the Man United board, and we're looking for a manager at the start of next season. I'm thinking more of this kind of manager because he's learned his trade a little bit.
Yeah. I think as far as City winning it, I think why I agree with Chris is because I think out of the 4 teams that I watched this week, they look the most confident in it. They look the most. I mean, they were never in trouble at Newcastle. Never.
No.
I mean, it could have been 4. It could have been 4, quite easily 4. Whereas Arsenal, I don't know whether Arsenal are a funny side to watch. I don't enjoy watching Arsenal, if I'm quite honest. I find it quite boring watching them because it's the same old. It never changes, And I just think if a Chelsea team that for me is as poor as it is at the moment can score twice against Arsenal, then anything could happen.
Yeah, it's and the Portsmouth game on the FA Cup on the weekend. They lost them to start off with, didn't they? But I think when they beat us at Christmas or just after Christmas, I think their backs were up after what had happened at Villa 2 or 3 weeks before. And
I don't think we'd have lost that game. We might have lost the game, but I don't think we'd have lost 4-1 if Onana hadn't.
Yeah, and Kashi was in the team. Yeah. I totally agree with that.
And I think that cost us badly.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
this weekend we are back in league action, and we're playing Everton, right?
Yeah.
I presume you are. Let's be nice to him because he's bought stuff, right? So I'm not going to say anything, right? Are you going to be there in your working capacity, Shaun?
I will be there in my working capacity.
Good.
With my free ticket to watch the game and my free meal.
Oh, see, I wasn't going there, and Brownie wasn't going there. We were going to be nice to you.
If I hadn't said it, you'd have spouted it.
No, I was going to be good to you because the fact that you bought stuff, even if it was half price. Hey, what's that new shop like in the town centre? Then I've not been there.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Yeah.
got some nice Adidas. I like Adidas gear more than any other anyway, so it suits me.
Okay. So Brownie, is it Adidas or Adidas?
I've always called it Adidas.
Yeah, that me.
Yeah. So
No, Adidas for me.
In this shop, do they have like one of these pound buckets and things like,
One of these what?
pound bucket?
You
can buy old stock for £1. I was just wondering if you saw any books in there or something. Yeah.
Oh right, because I'm an author and my books.
Of course you are.
Yes. Have you noticed I've not even attempted to say anything about my books, except for Sunshine After the Rain. That's the Aston Villa story 2009 to 2023. Comes out on 9th of March. So Teale, they've got in touch with me today, my publishers, and they have said that the books come out soon. So I'll be sending you a copy of it. As I will Teale, with Teale and the likes of Simon Goodyear and all that. And Terrace Tales, we've signed up 3 new books for this year. I'm working on John Gregory's book. He came to our house last week, and he made himself comfortable by making himself teas and all that. Yeah. Didn't have corned beef sandwiches like you do, though, Teale.
Well, there you go.
I did see him advertising your brain cells with the 2 behind you. Yeah, that was good.
That was 2 sugars. That was 2 sugars. We got a coffee machine, so I'd made him an Americano.
Reverse photograph. We're exactly doing that, was it?
Let me go, Rob. Let me go. So I'd made him an Americano, and there was about, I don't know, it was 3/4 full. First thing he did was get up and put hot water into it. I thought you can take the boy out of Scunthorpe. But yeah, so that's going really well. We got a few more on the go as well, and of course, Teale, you're under the Terrace Tales banner these days.
I am, yes.
You just got to sell your books.
Yeah.
But I've got about 600 brownies.
I've got about 600 copies in my garage. If anybody wants one,
yeah, I'd read one if you gave it to me.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. I've got to give you Martin Granger's book.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to reading that.
Yeah, I'll get him to do
the best book you've ever done.
It's probably the best book I ever done was one called Here, There, and Everywhere.
Yeah,
with my mate Teale.
Oh right, yeah, like what you wrote.
Yeah, like what I wrote. Yeah, right. So, who you got this weekend then, Brownie?
Well, we've got Swansea
away.
Yeah.
Ooh. Bit of a Jekyll and Hyde team, aren't you, at the moment with home and away?
But we're away, aren't we? We're away, so we're going to lose.
Okay.
I'm going for 2-0.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Are we going to beat Everton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you will as well.
Yeah.
I do. Close?
No, I don't even think it'd be close.
No, really?
I think it'd be loads of goals myself.
Can Jack play? Can Jack play in this?
Yeah, Jack can play. But they've obviously Ndai's out because he's at AFCON. Idrissa Gueye's out because he's at AFCON. Michael Keane's suspended. So.
Oh, yeah, because he got sent off, didn't he?
Yeah. The other lad who's been playing really well from still injured. They got from Chelsea.
Need to win this game. Need to win it.
It's a 3-0 up.
Well, we're in that position now where we just need to keep winning because obviously, we've got a 9-point gap between us, Chelsea, and United.
I mean, that's a massive gap. That is a real big gap to have. I'm taking nothing for granted.
No,
but I've got 3 wins, Brownie, right? As the outsider, and you're not really an outsider because you don't want Villa to win, but right. Do you think we will be top 4 by the end of the season? The Opta stats tell us we're 96%. Going to be that high. I think that's dangerous after 21, 22 games with 16 still to go. There's still a long way to go.
Do you want me to feed your ego or be honest?
No, I want you to be honest.
Okay.
I'd like you to feed me biscuits when I come into the studio, by the way.
I think it'd be pretty close. But top 4, I'll stick my neck out and say no.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate him. I
think you'll fade off.
Do you?
Yeah, still plenty of time for you to fade off.
I wish you'd fade away.
I'll tell you what.
I think,
go on.
From my point of view, I think if we go through the next 5 games with 5 wins, I think we'll be literally guaranteed, because that would be 5 games out of 16, so 11 left, and would still somebody would have to win 4 games to get above us.
Who's your next 5 games?
They're not the top.
They're all winnable games.
Everton, Bournemouth. We got Newcastle away. That's a hard game, as well as playing them at home in the FA Cup. And that kind of like games. I think we got Brentford as well, haven't we, or something like that. So we're not playing the Arsenals, the Man United.
No.
Yeah, we've got
Chelsea's.
Brentford's at home, so that's we never do well down at Brentford, but Brentford at home is one you'd expect us to win. Everton, you'd expect us to win. I don't know what the other game.
Expected to win them.
You see,
the danger is you're expected to win them.
Yeah, you see, I don't like that.
Certainly at home. Certainly at home we are, because our home record is phenomenal. It's better than anybody else's.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and I know, you can always have an off day and slip up and you lose that record, but the way we are turning teams over at home, I can't see anybody coming to us that's outside of maybe the top 10 and have a chance of turning us over.
No, it's not an exact science, as we spoke. I can't. It's great what we've been doing at home for 3 seasons now, in fairness, but I can't. I'm biting my fingernails at the start of a game, whether it be Brentford at home or whether it be, Arsenal at home, sort of thing.
I mean, for me, the perfect scenario is stuff 4th. Let's just go and win the Europa League and get into the Champions League.
Okay. Well, so the last question of tonight, then, right? Before we went on this amazing run to where we are now, I would have been happy with top 6 in the Europa League, right? And that's still my thing at the moment. If there was 5 or 6 games to go and we had this 9-point lead, I wouldn't be talking like this. But anything can happen in football, right? So I would be happy with top 5, and I think 5th will get us back into the Champions League anyway. Right, based on this, what they do on it. What's yours? What is a successful season for Aston Villa now? I'll ask you that question in a minute as well, Brown. I finished with the Blues on that one.
Okay. For me, we need to win something. It's been for a club of our stature. It's been way too long.
Yeah,
it's 29 years since we last won a trophy.
So if I held a gun to your head and said, which one would you like us to win now out the 3 we're in? Because we are competing for the league.
I'd take the Europa League.
And I would.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, because I would.
Because of Champions League.
Because of the Champions League. Yeah. I want to see us win the FA Cup.
The Europa League is bigger than winning the FA Cup as it stands now, because of what there is at the end of it. You want to win the biggest of the competitions. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'd love us to win the FA Cup because it's been an absolute horrendous competition for us over the last 20, 25, 30 years.
And the rest.
Been awful in it.
Yeah,
we've been awful in it. Last year we did a lot better, but then we turned up and didn't play in the semi.
Yeah, absolutely.
But from where we are in the Europa and the 2 games we've got left to play in the league section of it, we'll qualify anyway now. I think that's a gimme. We'll probably go to Fenerbahce and win anyway. Yeah,
so we cannot be outside the top 24 now, can we? I don't think we can. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So either way, we're going to play more games, and obviously we're the top 8.
I think one win out the 2 games that are left will guarantee us top 8, but I sort of think 2 draws will guarantee us top 8.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Don't forget the last game's at our place.
Yeah, correct. Like it was last year with Celtic. Brownie, what's success for the Blues for this season?
Success, I mean, get a playoff, but I think top 10.
Yeah. So I have an argument with one of my best mates about this. I think for Blues, you want to be playing beach football come March and April. No drama.
Yep. Yeah. Build on it.
Build on it.
Yeah.
It was expected for us to.
I mean, I think at the start of the season when they went up again and everybody there was all that euphoria about we're going to go straight for the playoffs or straight to get back up into the Prem. Too quick, too soon.
Absolutely.
And as a club, it would probably damage the club more by doing that than it would having another league in the another year in the Championship and build on what you've done this year. Because you've done okay. You know, it's been an okay season. You had that blip in, was it October, where you couldn't win a game, and then you seem to have got it back together a little bit now. So, you know, I would think you'll be in the top 10 without a shadow of a doubt.
Right. Okay, then. So that brings us to the end of our first podcast of 2026. We're into our third year now, guys. Wow. Rocking and rolling. Wow. We are rocking and rolling. We're back in 2 weeks to obviously record our next one. As always, a big thanks to our sponsors, Luke 77 and also Bowden and Dolphin Signs. And I'll speak to you both in a couple of weeks. Take care, guys. Up the Villa.
Take care, Rob. See you, Chris.
Bye.